I suspect, can you see the screen?
Yes, yes, I can see it.
What do you see?
I see 2018 certificate. On top is Fidelity Fund certificate verification. And then I see certificate is expired. FFC number is FFC 49669/2018. Generated date is 2018-0207.
So are you able to write the thing down?
Yes.
So the reason why this FFC is suspect, it's important because the FFC, it's the real reason for the cooking.
Yes.
So Mtiako had FFC numbers that were allocated to him prior to that. So the reason why he had the FFC certificate numbers, it's because he was a director of Mtiako Incorporated Attorneys. Yes. So that's it. Now, we want sample because we knew that one, it says expired. So suspect now, pay attention to this. Certificate says expired. So this was levels, how the LPC was actually presenting the status of the FFC numbers. Now, when we take this FFC number, just want to get to our record. Now, we take the FFC number that we've written down, and then we must go back and search for it, because I'd already started doing this exercise. FFC, go share the screen. Can you see the screen, Suspect?
I can see it.
I've tried to write this FFC. Let me put it in caps lock, FFC. Yes. You see?
Yeah.
No
Our
reason.
results found.
Yes. So when we search by full name, Douglas Mcheko, FFC. You see, we only get the two. So now,
and 2021 FFC numbers.
yes. Now, Suspect, pay attention to this thing. It says valid. FFC status, it only means, Suspect, they've changed from, remember, I showed you one certificate that was saying expired. Now, the reason why we were warning LPC, it's because while they were editing, they ended up, let me share the screen. They ended up messing up with editing the records of the FFC numbers. FFC number, it's only valid for 12 months, Suspect. Yes. Nothing more, nothing less. For example, now if you see my screen, it's the same FFC number said noted. Then now you see this FFC number. I said wrote it down. Remember?
Yes. Let me write it again. FFC.
Yes. FFC
422
2021.
Yes.
Yes. Now I'm gonna stop sharing. You see, it says expired. This was a screenshot that was taken sometime in 2024 when I started realizing that LPC is busy editing record. Now, we'll share now. We'll go on the verification of the LPC. Stop sharing. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
What do we see there? We see the Dominic Mjiako.
Dominic Mjiako, yes.
Yes, okay. Now let's search now for FFC number. Give me that FFC number that we said it's expired. It's
Is
FFC
3
3
5 422
422.
stroke 2021.
Is it correct?
FFC 35422
Yes.
stroke 2021.
Now look at this. Now, do you see how then they've altered the record? Yes, you see now how they've altered the record. They've altered the record. You see? Now, what then it means? It means this is illegal. Because FFC cannot be valid for more than a year. It does says valid generated date 2021 June 18. Valid from the date that it was generated, expiry date this. So the initial statement that they have before the cooking was correct, because after 31st of this, it means this has expired. But then now also suspect is that during this year, the FEM number, I know they're going to say that this is uniquely identified. So they must just say that now the FEM number, how many times this FEM number was allocated FEM names?
They're going to say it was a technical error.
Yes. No, there was never a
system error.
Yes. So now this is what we're trying to say, that now by looking at this valid number as invalid, that's this. Now let's go back to the number that we said we must search for it, that had no record. Now the number we search by a FEM number. A FEM number, they say 18209. You see now, it shows us the FEM name. Now, if we then give the FEM name, any name that is associated, any FFC that is associated to this FEM, it's this. Now let's drill inside here. This is a person, this is a FEM, and you see. Now look at it. Issued
the 11th of November 2021.
For the following year, it's only valid from, yes, it's valid from the 1st
of January 2022 until the 31st of December 2022.
So then the status here should be what? Expired.
Expired. Sambo.
Yes. Of which it's the correct way, of which is paid before anything when we were warning them. It was correct when initially they will present all the status as expired. This was correct, saying expired. But then now this FFC number, now somebody must give us this FFC number in terms of who did it belong to in 2018.
Yes.
Because this FFC number in 2018, suspect, it was allocated to Mjiako. Now, I did not stop there, suspect. I did not stop there. Can you see my screen?
I can see it.
Now, I want to take you, suspect, to another source of information. This document, this suspect, is a role for members, JSA members. Now, it has all the list of advocates, but now I'm filtered, I am looking at the M's because the one that we're looking for is Mjiako. We don't have problem with him, you see? DN Mjiako. Remember the chambers that it belongs to.
Thulamela.
Yes, it still makes sense. Now, look at the status now, suspect. It's got a dual membership, so it's in the member at the Johannesburg as well as Western Cape Bar.
Mm-hmm.
Now, look at the status. How can be a 10-year person as a junior status? Look at the years that he's been practicing. 3 years.
3 years. Oh,
Now, look at the number again.
Wrong.
Suspect, look at the number.
The
look at his
number,
number.
yes, 081 557 4336.
Now, do you see that also here it's got the email address for the Cape Bar?
Yes.
But on the Thulamela is registered on the Johannesburg Bar as
Bar.
well. So it's working on, yes. That's why it's got a status here, which is a dual bar membership.
Mm-hmm.
With more than 10 years of being qualified, that means this person was due to become a silk.
Yes.
But now this is a practicing experience. It says 3 years.
3 years.
This is the date he was admitted.
Let's
go up.
11th of February 2022.
Let's go up, suspect, to see the definition. What are the definitions for? Admitted. Ne?
Uh-huh.
Ne? This is admitted, become a member of society. And the seniority. And the number of years.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to his line. So admitted, so at least this is the first admission. So in the Cape Bar, they're saying admitted as well as a pupillage attorney may be here. It says 06 07 2021. And then this one 07 04, we should be becoming an associate.
001 04 2022, he became an associate.
This part, what was this column for?
11/02 2022. That was
we'll check what is it for.
Seniority.
No, seniority.
Okay,
yes.
Seniority is the years. Go up so that
yes.
we can just confirm again.
Society and seniority.
There's seniority.
So admitted in society, so become a member of a particular society. That means you should a law society or something like that. I don't know. Now let's see if we click here on a view on a card format.
And if I'm not mistaken, when Sambo was reading, Sambo was I didn't see that email address. He was mentioning a Gmail address. If I'm not mistaken, when he was reading the email address, it was actually a Gmail address.
Yes. So now I want us to go, when we look at the Mamela, we're just going to scroll up until we get to Mchiako.
Well, no, you already passed him. Scroll up again. Scroll up again. You already passed him. Yeah, he is.
Yes. Now, you see now, this is like on a card, on a lawyer's bar card that you designate junior. How can a person with a 10 years experience becomes a junior at 10? Now, look at these numbers. Look at the email address. It became part of the society when?
April 1, 2022. Why did they call him?
Now, you can look here, suspect. Look at another, just to make an example. Here's another person who's a society 2024. You see, when I was explaining the call, there's a date of admission. So that's why we were LPC saying, do not go to the space where you're not supposed to go. Suspect. I was saying these things for the very same reason that we're trying to make sure that this particular organization suspect. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
This is information from LPC. Now it says, a valid fund certificate is valid until the 31st of December in respect on the year that it was issued. Now, do you see why we were warning some? Suspect, I want to take it up further. Sambo must provide us a proof of payment from Giaco from 2022. Then he was a member. Because this is law. Once you become, you handle these processes, suspect, it's governed by law. And Yenu Sambo is not fake. Here are his contact details, suspect.
Yes, there's Mr. Sambo.
Yes, Ulani Sambo, yes. Now, do you see that now for them in their website to have a status of saying valid, where else the law says it's valid up until the 31st of December in each year. So you see, they changed the laws. Now, the question is, suspect, who is this powerful that make an organization like LPC to change laws?
To go and edit information on the system. That is outrage, criminal conduct. To make a 34-year-old go to court and go and lie in the face of the nation, in the face of the world. He sat there and he lied.
Yes. Then the question is, who is this powerful that sent this person to go and lie in court?
Japs, you know what is currently happening in this sense when we work is, I believe that this case was meant to expose the rot in the system. Remember, if these guys were arrested in 2020, we were in lockdown, they were supposed to be convicted fast, and South Africans and the world would have been happy because the killers of Senzo Mliwa was convicted. But God didn't intend it to happen like that. He wanted the world to see what is happening in the South African courts, what is happening in the judiciary, what is happening at the NPA, what is happening at the LPC, what is happening in Johannesburg EMPD, what is happening in the South African Police Service. Now people know that tomorrow it might be you, but now we have educated people so they can know what to do once they become victims of the Balois, the Gimindas, the Sambos, the Njiakos. They know what to do. But the unfortunate thing is there are people who are currently in the exact same situation, but unfortunately we don't know about it because their cases are not being broadcasted yet.
So, suspect, the warning before, which now changes everything. I'm back to the screen. The warning is, Sambo, who is the owner of this?
Who is FFC the owner of FFC 49669/2018 Sambo? Can you please be recalled back to court and come and tell us who is the owner of that FFC number?
Yes, this was allocated to Mjiako. Now, suspect, that will definitely take me to a next level where now we will be going in a very personal and very strange and straightforward journey. Did I say personal, strange, and straightforward?
Straightforward, that's what I heard.
Yes. Yeah. So what is this journey for now? We're trying now to unpack how and why and who can be this powerful to actually try and make people to go to court and lie.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do.
That's what we're trying to find out.
Yes.
At huge risk. But we are not going to stop. There's a small noise outside there, like you see, like that. like a
Yes.
cricket. We are not going to stop because of that small noise. We are going to pull through. We are going to expose every day. Everyone who's going to come to court, we are going to scrutinize them.
Yes. So, Sispet, we are going straight to say that you tell us, you see the number, that somebody tell us, how did this number become expired, invalid, and valid? What happened?
What happened?
You understand? We are also saying that Giaco has been around for the longest time, basically. So
remember when Sambo couldn't take the heat anymore from Nisi, he shoved the blame to Herman.
Yes. No. Yes, we will get to Herman. But you see, for us, we still need to wait and hear what are they gonna be saying from now onwards. Now, I want to try and get masterminds before we go to, because we want to introduce Mjiako, but we need to introduce him in a manner that he deserves to be introduced.
But Mjabs,
yes.
It's strange that there's this huge noise about Mjiako. And Mjiako cannot come out broadly and boldly and say, you know what, let me come and defend my name because Ntanzi is lying about me. How are we going to know that Ntanzi is the one who's lying if Mjiako is not coming out to defend his own name?
All right.
What is he afraid of? Okay.
This is what I've done. I'm trying to introduce Mjiako and Dance. We're coming back to the Senzomiwa case outside with the noise. Remember, now we know that Mjiako is now a qualified advocate with
since 2022.
3 years. Yes, with 3 years experience. And he's still a junior advocate.
Still a junior advocate.
The number that was written where in its bar and everything, that's the number. It's 081. And then I search on Google for this number, Suspect. Now, this number, you know what it gives me? It gives me all the possible place which Mjiako is associated with, because mostly lawyers keep the same numbers. Now, do you see that is associated with these chambers, is associated with the Cape Bar? You see the number is the same.
The number
since
is the
2022.
Same. Yeah.
Do you understand?
Practice that now, it shows practicing as counsel there at the Cape Bar. Practicing as counsel 3 years, 3 months, and 5 days. Obtain chambers at the recognized bar 11 February 2022.
Yes, at the Johannesburg bar. That's what is designated junior. Yes.
Yes.
And there's his number.
There's the same number.
Even in Cape Town in December, the Cape Bar, they said advocates that are available during the festive, you can find them here. Yes, their numbers.
There's the numbers.
Now,
it was on 12/12/2022.
Yes. So now, Suspect, Cape Bar also gave us the first glimpse of his photo. This is what it looks like.
Jack, can we try something? Can you take this number that Sambo was reading into the record and we check who that number belonged to?
No, I don't want to check that number. It's the same number that is in that story. We're dealing with facts, yes, Suspect. That's the number that is in the website. I told you that the website legally does not appear anywhere.
But so can you give me that number that Sambo read in the record? I'm going to check it privately. Everyone else can also check. I have my way to check who it belongs to.
Yes, all right. You see now, then they give us, this is the Cape Bar. They give us a glimpse in terms of what he looks like, basically.
That was in 2022.
Now, yes, that's the picture. At least now we know what it looks like. So if you go back on the cameras, on the court proceedings, you do see this face like this wearing a mask and the glasses. Remember the video that I posted in court? you do see a face like this in court wearing the mask and
Yes.
everything. We also see the LinkedIn page, the pictures that you've also shared with us. Now, in doing so, Suspect, it now takes us to two Ntantsi. Let me first give you that number so that all people understand. I'm not going to read it out for you.
Now I'm going to check it privately.
There's it. There's the number here. All masterminds, check this number.
All masterminds, the numbers 079 3039 7605. I'll check it in my own way.
Yes. Yes. So now, Suspect.
But according to what I'm seeing is a number belonging to Ntokozo Njiako.
Yes, no, that is. Yes, that's the true caller number, basically. Well, as of 2024.
As of 2020,
yes, yeah. But we know as of 2022,
he was
as of 2020,
081
number. The 081 number. Yes. Now, Suspect, it gives us to a point where who was Ntantsi's representative?
Who was Ntantsi's representative?
Yes. And how did Ntantsi, yes, how did Ntantsi get to that point? The court tells us, Suspect, that Ntantsi was arrested on the 16th.
The court tells us that Ntantsi was arrested on the 16th of June 2020.
Yes, and then further arrested on the 19th of June 2020. Suspect, you know, there's something that is not right.
How many times
how many times can you be charged? Yes.
Now I'm going to tell you about that is the I'm going to tell you about when Ntantsi was arrested. The court tell us Ntantsi was arrested 16 June 2020. Now I have information here. That is the Phokeng case, no?
No, 16 June 2020 is when they say Ntantsi was arrested for Nongoma case 16163.
Nongoma case 163 of 10/2018. I'm not going to allow you to beam the screen, but I have the evidence here. If you can see.
People can see.
I'm going to tell you that
we couldn't see anything.
In the Nongoma case, can you see my screen?
Take it up. Like, yes. Okay, as long as
in the Nongoma case, this case was opened on the 17th.
What you just showed us is fact. Wait a minute. What is it that you just showed us?
Is a sub-screen.
Sub-screen. The case management
is the SAPS CAS system.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
This case was opened on the 17th of October 2018. But on the system, on the subsystem, the CAS system, there's no suspects there. They don't show any suspects there. And I confirmed with my sources, and they confirmed to me in this case, Ntantsi was not a suspect. This case have been going to court since 2018.
What?
This case has been remanded to court since 2018. Remanded to court since 2018. Let me tell you when was the last 2019 case has been remanded. Let me tell you, this case has been closed the 11th of November 2024 at 17:37. If this case is closed and it shows docket closed, And it shows that manner of closure the case was filed. So if Ntanzi was a suspect in this case, when did he attend court for this case? Now, Njaps, I'm going to show you the Phokeng case. This is the Phokeng case.
Wait, so that we don't confuse things. We're saying that
the case number here is case 118 of 6/2020.
Okay, that case I know because this was a case where, wait a minute, Suspect. You're telling me that when that means Ntanzi was taken on June 16.
Ntanzi, according to what the court tells us, Ntanzi was arrested on the 16th of June 2020. Now I read the information here. Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi. And then Ntanzi's date of birth here is 1919, 1919, 1202. And then it shows here his age is 100 years old, 6 months and 20 days.
800 years. How?
His date of birth is 1919, 1202. And then it shows here he's 100 years old, 6 months and 20 days. Okay, let me go further. And then they say his statement, member taking statement here is a Lieutenant Colonel DJ Montso, Montso. He took Ntanzi's, this is the 100-year-old Ntanzi's statement. And then on the next screen, it shows the complainant in this matter is Mr. V. Mokgane. He's the complainant in this matter. And then it shows here the crime, date of crime, the details is possession of ammunition without a permit. That is the charges against him. And then it shows date crime committed is 2020 06/19 or period 2020 06/19 to 2020 06/19. And then it shows here the date and time the crime was reported was that 2020 06/19 at 22:45. So even Ntanzi was arrested on the 16th.
So, but on the system, there is no, so that means Ntanzi was kidnapped then from the 16th.
Because this was only captured, and Ntanzi is 100-year-old. And this information, the complainant is Mr. V. Mokgane. And it says here on the system, the crime was committed on the 19th of June 2020 at 11:15 at night.
No, Suspect, there's something wrong there. So it means...
Then we went into the system to check, you know, on your ID number, if someone can go on your ID number, the system will show all the cases on your name, whether you are a complainant or a suspect in the case. Now, on Ntanzi's name, the Senzo Miwa case is not there, meaning that on the system, Ntanzi was never charged for the Senzo Miwa case.
No, but okay, that maybe they can say they can update it after once he's convicted. So that means now he's not been arrested for the Senzo Miwa case, technically. So it means that he was
in court for this Phokeng case. They have been arrested for the Nongoma and the Phokeng case, remember? That's why they arrested him for possession of ammunition.
Wait, but the Phokeng case, on your note, doesn't it say, because they say he was acquitted?
Yes, that's what they said, he was acquitted. That case is still hanging. The Phokeng case is still hanging because on Ntanzi's name, there's just those 2 screens. There's no progress. There's no, you don't see. It was just captured on the system.
Suspect, using my mind now. So it means that the case 19118, which was dismissed by the magistrate in court. That's the information that we know in court. So technically, Ntanzi, no, Ramsipili, then are they going to court today?
No, they are going on the 2nd of June.
Then Ramsipili can just ask them to.
Ramsipili must now request the printouts on the case system. The nice thing about case, you cannot remove or delete or edit information. You cannot.
So
the information is there.
Yes. So it means it's pet here. Okay, Linda didn't do. He never updated the docket on the case, because if he had seen, but he did admit, he says, you know what, on the booking case, he doesn't know what happened. His members then have been very careless.
Now we are left with 2 minutes. Now we are talking about the Senzo Muya case. Let's leave the Phuken case and the Nongoma case. Now we are talking about the Senzo Muya case, which Ntanzi is now on trial for. But on the system, there is no Senzo Muya case against Ntanzi's name. So how did they? Ntanzi made confessions. Ntanzi was charged, but it was never captured on the system. So how did that happen? 5 years later, there's no history of Ntanzi being charged on the system for the Senzo Muya case.
So now you're saying that by searching with the ID number, you should have found that ID number is also linked with the 636 of Phosphorus.
Because if a suspect is charged, that suspect must be processed on the system. The docket must now go to the detective who's doing the case, or the person who's capturing who's processing the suspect. And that person must process all the information of the suspect on the case system relating to the particular case.
Okay. Can I then ask you, Suspect, now, on the case 636 on the system, if you can ask your sources, can they confirm on a 636-10-2014, is Ntanzi there in that case on a case system part of the suspect?
It's already confirmed. Ntanzi on the case 636, Ntanzi is not on the system.
I respect this. You know what?
That is, we are level a minute. That is the information that we wanted to bring you, masterminds. You must go to the police station and check on the ID number so that you can see whether there's outstanding cases against your name. If there's no case against your name, they cannot come and claim it was a technical error, because the system goes with the docket. Every time the docket are being booked out at the police station, the docket go to court, the docket come back.